to start off this look, I am going to prime my face with this Nivea Post Shave Balm primer. Well, I'm going to use it as a primer. Next, I'm going to take my number 7 Beautifully Matte primer, and I'm going to apply this where I normally get oily, which is in my T-zone. Priming is such a key step in makeup application. It just kind of builds a barrier between the foundation and your face. Next, I'm going to prime my eyes with my concealer, my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and then I'm going to blend that in with my finger. Next, I'm going to take my Rimmel London Stay Matte Translucent Powder and set that with just a regular brush so that the concealer doesn't crease. Here I'm taking my NYX palette with this burnt orange shade, and I'm really going to take that color and focus that on my crease. You can take any blending brush that you like, and again, like always, you don't have to be neat with this. I'm just using windshield wiper motions and really just applying this in my crease to use as a transition shade. Here I'm just taking a clean fluffy brush with no product on it, and I'm really going to diffuse that transition shade. I'm going to diffuse the color so that it doesn't look so harsh. Here I picked up a little bit more product, and I'm just really going to go back in and kind of just intensify the color, but then also blend it out so that, again, it doesn't look harsh. Taking the shimmery shade, I am applying that on my lid with my finger, and then just making sure that I blend the eyeshadow out, going back with that original blending brush with no additional product and just making sure everything blends nicely. Here I'm applying tape to help me kind of map out how I wanted to do my wing liner. And again, the tape just kind of helps angle it and just makes it easier for you to do a wing if you're just starting out. Here I am just taking my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color Brunette, and I'm going to not overdraw my brows, but kind of just, again, follow the natural arch. You guys know the drill. You've seen me do this a million times. And then to clean up my brows, I am using my NYX contour, well, my concealer palette, and I'm taking a pointed synthetic brush, and I'm really just defining my brows. This step also helps if you need to get your eyebrows done, and like me, and it kind of just helps cover up the little hairs. Here I'm just removing the tape, and you can see that nice crisp line, so the tape really does help. Alright, to color correct, I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Orange and really just focus that on my dark circles and any dark spots that I have on my face. Taking the green in the NYX color correcting palette, I'm going to put that around my nose, usually where I get hormonal breakouts or redness. And this usually works with any other redness that you may have. And I wanted to try something different. I am using the purple concealer that comes in the palette. Since I do have a little bit of undertones, that's what I was doing, is kind of trying to cancel out any yellow undertones that I have. And I took a cotton wedge and just blended everything out. Blending the orange concealer with my finger, just making sure that I blend it nicely or as much as I can before I apply the concealer. Here I'm taking my new Milani foundation in the color Natural Beige, and I'm using that with a beauty blender. It is dampened, and I'm just pouncing that I was smelling it because it kind of reminded me of, it didn't have a weird scent to it, but it did have like a fragrant scent. It didn't smell like foundation to me. But anyways, here I am just pouncing that and making sure I work that into my skin. So far this foundation, this was the second time me trying it, and so far I like it. It claims to be sweat proof and oil free. I'm just really oily in general, so as far as it being oily, like oil free, it still made me oily even when I did apply that mattifying primer and I did set my face with the mattifying spray. I don't know if it's because I applied some SPF moisturizer and maybe that's what made me oily, but I'm still testing out the product. I'll let you guys know how I like it. To conceal, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color medium, and then to further highlight, I'm going to put over the color light to just kind of brighten it up just a little bit. And I'm going to apply that on the bridge of my nose, forehead, chin, and on the sides of my nose where I put that green concealer. And here I was taking the lighter shade and highlighting a little bit more. Again, using that same Dance Beauty blender with the pointed edge, you just want to make sure that you do blend the concealer out. With the orange concealer, you do want to make sure that you do take your time and do blend the concealer and cover up that orangeness. With this Wet n Wild contour palette, I am setting it with that banana shade. I first take my beauty blender and make sure and tap out the concealer just to make sure there's no wrinkles, and then I do set it with a brush with that yellow banana shade. Taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toast to contour, I'm going to cream contour and put that kind of where the hollows of your cheek, and then a little bit on my forehead, and of course down the side of my nose, and a little bit down on my chin. Taking this e.l.f. stippling brush, and I'm going to blend that out. Make sure you do blend out your neck, and you kind of just bring it down so that your neck and your face do match and it's all one color. I didn't know what to use to blend out the product, so here you'll see me use like different things. So for my neck, I use that stippling brush. For my nose, I use that small synthetic brush, and then I used my beauty blender for my forehead, and I was just all over the place with this cream contour. So I don't really know which way I like to blend it out. Like, I don't know which brush or which tool I like to use to blend it out. I just really wanted to blend out the product and not make it so noticeable. And here I am going in with a different product or a different tool. Here, taking my NYX bronzer, I'm going to bronze my face and kind of as well set that cream contour. Make sure you do take the bronzer down to your neck. And here I'm just taking this another bronzer that's kind of more of a cool tone, and I'm using a Real Technique stippling brush. The bronzer, I got it from like a Disney set in Walgreens, so it is drugstore. And then to clean up this contour, I am using a wedge sponge and really just placing that under my contour. And then to set my face, I'm using this Rimmel London Stay Matte Translucent powder and putting that on the places that I get oily. And again, even with me setting my face, I still got oily throughout the day. So using this jumbo eye pencil from NYX, it was the color turquoise, I think? I don't remember, but I just basically put that in the waterline. Going back with that burnt orange shade, I kind of just blended out the color, the concealer, or I'm sorry, the eyeliner. And then to prep my lashes for some falsies, I did take my L'Oreal Voluminous Black Mascara, and here I am just curling them. And the eyelashes I'm going to be using today are these Kiss I Envy and number 03 Beyond Natural, and I've been really liking these lashes. And then taking a stippling brush, just blend out that bake and just make sure everything is blended out. And here you see me applying the lash. I have tried this technique. This was the first time me trying this technique where I basically placed the lash in the middle and then I started working from the outer corner, and then I worked from the inner corner to really place down the lash, and it made it a lot easier. Using this terracotta blush shade from an e.l.f. palette, I'm putting that, kind of blending it backwards into my contour. And then again, going back in with that stippling brush and making sure I blend everything out and there are no harsh lines. See how natural those lashes look? I just love them. Taking this highlight shade in this Maybelline palette, I'm going to highlight my Cupid's bow and a little bit on my nose. And then taking the same color and applying that in my inner corner. So today's makeup look was inspired by kind of just like jumping into spring type makeup look. I did want to use this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Peacock, which is a really pretty turquoise, like electric blue shade. So yeah, I did use all drugstore products in this video. They're like painting or something outside on my patio, I don't know. I did use mainly drugstore products in this video. The only drugstore that I didn't use was my lip, just because since I am in the process of moving, most of my makeup is packed, so the only color that I had that I felt complemented the look was this pink, kind of hot pink shade. So yeah, I will leave all the products listed down below. Last week I didn't get to post a video, but I do plan to have 2 videos up this week. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this makeup look. Please leave any comments, questions, or anything like that down below. And if you guys are excited for spring, give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.